G'day, family, friends, and other charitable people who have found their way to this page or YouTube channel. My name is Josh Roger. I am a 20-year-old student at the University of Auckland, and yeah, I've signed up to run the Auckland Marathon. Um, Basically, this is just going to be a video series, so you guys, the donators, are able to actually follow my progress and get updates about what I'm doing. Before you say anything, yep, I'm wearing a hat inside, and hey, it's just protecting my hat here. This is all like back to the video series thing. It's not going to be anything flashy. I mean, this is the first time I've ever had to speak into a camera on a. Well, I'm currently doing it on my laptop, so I'm just looking into my laptop camera. Really weird having to just look at myself. If you see me look down, I'm just looking down at a few notes that I've got written down, things that I want to talk about. So yeah, I guess the first thing to cover in this prologue is why I want to run this marathon. So basically the number one reason I'm running it at the moment is to raise money for the SPCA. We'll get to them a little bit later, but I've got two other reasons. The second being I'm in my last year at university at Auckland, so with the Auckland Marathon, there's the opportunity to run across the Harbour Bridge, and it's in late October, so there'll be nice sunrise and everything. So I guess just get to see a bit of Auckland while running it, I guess. And always wanted to run a marathon, so what better way to do the first one than in the place I studied for for 3 years. And I guess my third and final reason is to beat my dad. Dad always goes on, well, not always, but I mean he's gone on before about his marathon time, so I'm going to take that competitive nature that I've got and try to smash his time. So first things first, the SPCA. So a lot of you probably know what the SPCA actually do, but for those of you who don't, they're a New Zealand charitable organisation, so they're not for profit, so they rely on donations from people like you and me to actually operate. And their main activities are rescuing and rehabilitating animals, so dogs, cats, rats, chickens, horses, the list goes on. Anything that's out there that needs a home or needs rehabilitation, the SPCA is there to help. So the main way the SPCA comes about their animals is they're either abandoned on the side of the road, or they're actually surrendered to them because people can no longer afford to look after them, or to general upkeep of the animals, pretty much. And so then once the SPCA has the animals within their care, their main objective then is to rehabilitate them and then rehome them, or reunite them if they have actually been lost animals. So, all good things. Obviously, back to that first point, I'm obviously not going to be the smoothest throughout this whole video talking thing, but hopefully over the 11 weeks that I have to train for this marathon, I get a bit better at it, so just keep that in mind. And the final thing that the SPCA actually does, which I didn't actually know before I did a little bit more research about them before making this prologue, was they do a lot of work to actually prevent animal cruelty. So not the first thing you think about when you hear the name SPCA. And they also spend a lot of the donations and money that they actually receive on trying to educate people as well. So not only do they need a lot of money to actually care for these animals, but to make pamphlets, make brochures, educate the public like us. Turn the page. So the plan, as I said before, I've got 11 weeks to train for this, starting on Monday, so I think that's Monday the 13th of August. through until October the 28th, which is a Sunday. Excuse me. The goal is to run a minimum of 42 kilometers a week. I've Googled a marathon training plan. It's possible to train for a marathon in 20 weeks. I have 11, so I'll be starting that training plan from week 9 and going all the way through to week 20. So the first week's 42 Ks, so that'll be a bit of a shock to the system, but we'll see how it goes. I haven't been idle for the past month. I've actually been competing in an Auckland Uni event called Tour de Gym. So that's 10% of the Tour de France on an indoor watt bike. So it's in coming into uni every day, going to the gym, sitting on a watt bike and yamming out as many watts as you can for 20-25 minutes each day. So I've been doing that for the past month. I'm getting towards the end of that now, and I'm actually feeling pretty good after that. So I'm hoping 8Ks are running. I think that's the first run. Shouldn't be too hard, but we'll get to a couple of the challenges I'm probably going to face a bit later on. So the goals. So the goals of this marathon is obviously to raise $1,500 for the SPCA, $1,500. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I don't have that much money. That's why I need you guys to help. I've got a lot of ideas in my head that I've actually been thinking about since I decided that I wanted to do this, and I'm actually really excited to put them in place, and really excited for you guys to actually interact as well in this whole process, and let me know things I could do for your donation, or suggestions, or you sharing your experiences, whether you've actually adopted an animal from the SPCA, or whether you've performed the same acts as the SPCA and rehabilitated an animal yourself. So feel free to share those stories with me, or us, I should say. This is a community thing. This isn't just a one-man band. I'm the vehicle through which all of you are able to participate in, helping to achieve this goal of $1,500. I think the SPCA has a goal this year raising $48,000 through the Auckland Marathon. So that just gives you a scale of the amount of fundraising that the SPCA actually requires. If they're only making, if their plan is to make $48,000 off the marathon, that's one event during the year. So they're obviously going to require a whole lot more funding throughout the rest of the year. So just gives you an idea of just how much money they really need. So that's goal 1, raise $1,500. Goal 2 is obviously to beat Dad's time. I'm going to have to find out what time it exactly was. But I think sub 4 hours will be a good time. I'm not going to be pushing for any records or anything. But I think 4 hours, if I hit 3:59, I'll be happy. Obviously I'd be happier if it was 3:59:30, but sub 4 hours would be great. Wouldn't be as great if it's slower than Dad, but I'll make sure that it's quicker than Dad's time. And then the third goal, I guess, which I didn't really think about until deciding to actually make the prologue, is let's all get educated and learn more about the SPCA. I hope that even if you can't afford to make the donations throughout this journey, that you actually follow my journey and learn with me, and you will learn something about the SPCA. And maybe at the current time, you don't have enough money to actually donate to the SPCA, but you'll learn a lot, and next year or whenever I might decide to do something else for the SPCA or another charity, you'll be able to afford it then. So education, let's all learn about the SPCA and what they do for us as a society. So down to the challenges with obviously accomplishing these goals. first challenge, I guess, is going to be the running, and it's probably not going to be actually running the distances themselves. I mean, my lungs are good. My lungs have been feeling great for the past month. I don't think I'm going to be overly puffed or puffing excessively throughout my training. I think the hardest part is actually going to be my legs. Although, you know, I'm a rower and I use my legs all the time, I have really crap muscles. They're so tight. Like, I mean, it's my own fault. I don't stretch very much, so that's going to be a challenge for me, is probably the consistent running and taking care of my body, I guess. Being able to keep myself limber, be able to stretch out so I can actually get that training in and train every day. Third challenge is going to be the fundraising. I'm really excited about actually raising this money and about some of the ideas that I do have for fundraising this money. You guys will come to learn about them in probably a different video. But yeah, the main issue I probably have with the fundraising is $1,500 is a lot of money. So it almost seems a little bit unrealistic at the moment, but hey, that's just because it's the start of the journey. Hopefully we'll get there. I've worked it out, you know, $1,500. If one person donates $10, that means I only need 150 people to donate $10. So I think I have well over 150 friends on Facebook, so we'll see just how many of them will stay my friends, I guess, at the end of the experience. If you're not donating $10, then maybe you won't be my friend at the end of this experience. No, just kidding, but maybe. Let's see, what else have I got written down? That's all I've actually got written down. So this is probably going to be the end of the prologue. So what's to come? I'm probably going to make a weekly update video just to thank the people who do donate during the week. That video will come out on, I imagine, Sunday night before the week of training. So I'll run through my training plan every Sunday night, let you guys know what distances I've got to do. And on my donation page, you'll be able to follow who's donated, how much we've raised as a team. You'll be able to track my running activities. So it'll be a lot of fun for you guys to actually get involved in this process. Feel free to comment by making a donation and commenting. Give me tips. You know, if you've done a marathon before, let me know how to get through it, how to train for it. You know, what helped you. So let me know. I'm open to any suggestions, and I'm also open to, you know, suggestions on how to raise money. You know, you might want me to, oh no, I won't say that because that's one of my ideas, but, you know, flick me a message with a donation and give me a challenge. Say I'll give you $50 if you go do this. So let me know. Yeah, that'll probably about wrap up this video. As I said, they're not going to be extremely good quality. There you go. There's my English for you. Almost failed NCEA English. They're not going to be the highest quality of video. I mean, just doing it off my laptop at this stage. Who knows? Maybe as I get through it into the future, I might do more of a vlog style. We'll see. I know I've got some cool trips down to Christchurch and Twizel planned, so it'll be really scenic. So hoping to do some running down there and show you guys some of the scenes. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video for the prologue. Thanks for watching. Thanks for donating if you've already done it. I really look forward to pardon me. What a way to end a video. I really look forward to going on this journey with you guys, and I'll see you in the next one on Sunday.